cybersecurity education with SimulSecure. My name is Han, and I'll be presenting our project with Luan and cyber attacks. Cultivating a new generation of cybersecurity expert is imperative. That's why our project aim to address the pressing needs for innovative training methods. Unlike conventional approach, struggling to keep pace and engage, our projects offer a dynamic, hands-on, and game-based solution to immerse learner in the evolving landscape of cybersecurity threats. Our project will span 4 phases, covering the stage in the SDLC. For phase 1, it's the planning with feasibility study, project scope requirements, is facilitation. Phase 2, analysis. Phase 3 for design development, and phase 4 for covering testing, implementation, and maintenance. So let's dive into the heart of our projects through a comprehensive feasibility study, evaluating the practicality and viability of SimulSecure. Our mission is to ensure economic, time, and operational feasibility, shaped a cutting-edge tools to prepare defenders of our digital realms. We also include the PIECES framework, which includes 6 key criteria more. That is performance, information, economics, control, efficiency, and services. That will help us better understand the challenge that we are currently facing. So let's start with economic feasibility, which by definition is to assess the costs, including hardware, software, personnel, and other expenses, and compared with the benefits and revenue generated through our applications. The expectations is that the development team will cost at least 80,000 Canadian dollars over 6 months with a team of 5. And for the time feasibility, we'll evaluate the timelines for the project, important milestones, and also deadlines, and incorporating each phases smoothly. The expectation is that there'll be 8 months development until early access release with 2 academic semester. For technical feasibility, it provides an overview of the tools that we need, including any hardware, software, and other technical requirements. And we will use programming tools such as Unity for development platforms, C# Python for programming language, and GitHub Classic SEM for version control. And for operational feasibility, we assess the practicality of implementing and maintaining SimulSecure even after completions or for maintenance. And expectations is that the integration runs smoothly into existing operations and resources are available open source. And also post-on support plan, we assure that it's aligned with industry standards and the practicality, adaptability, and minimal disruptions to the overall productions. And these are the reports. Surprisingly, we have to cover 480,000 Canadian dollars over the span of 18 months or 2 years for a team of 10 for economic feasibility. For the time, it will take more. It will be 12 weeks for prototype, 4 months for early access, and ongoing patches or support over a year. And technical feasibility still stays the same, with the prominent programming language being C# and Python and Unity for the platform, as well as other third-party subscription like Jira, AWS for the user database and other hardware requirements. Operational feasibility, we meet the needs due to the implementations of project management tools, as management like Jira, as mentioned before. And also we have support plan for future updates and patches, well integrated. You'll see that we incorporate the PIECES framework evaluations with performance, information, economic control, and efficiency as presented above, gaining more nuance into the uncovered aspect, which is performance, making it immersive and meeting the market demands for early access testing and feedbacks. Information's still the same with the same tools, open source, integrated, and economic with the same budgets, allocation of 480,000 Canadian dollar, control for Jira progress, provide with more secured and stricter access control for code review and secured coding practices, efficiency, as mentioned, for plastic SEM, for version control and other industry standards tool and the service, with 30% increase in demand for interactive cybersecurity training. And this is the scope of our project, as mentioned above, for the requirement elicitations. By definition, we do have the systematic process of identifying and gathering specific needs and expectation objective of stakeholders for SimulSecure, and it's of imperative significance as project's innovative approach in the cybersecurity domain needs to address the training modules in an engaging way. That would ensure that SimulSecure effectively meets the learning objective, user expectation, and cybersecurity demands that's required. So that will help inform the game designs and features. And we are covering, we've gone through known requirements, elicitation techniques, and unknown requirement with the interviewing, questionnaire, observation, survey, and joint application development. But we decided to stick with interviewing and questionnaire. The reason will be in the next slide, or unknown requirements. We will also be including the two in our gathering techniques. So for interview and questionnaire, it's important that interviews provides qualitative insights into challenges and requirements for effective cybersecurity simulations, and questionnaire to help user to empathize with the user and quantify their preference and gather statistics, significantly important for improvement. Okay, and here's the key insight from interviews and questionnaires that have shaped the final proposed system for SimulSecure cyber investigation game. In our interview with a cybersecurity students, we discovered a clear demand for real-world relevance in gaming, highlighting the importance of defensive and offensive gameplay. Questionnaire responses echo the same sentiments, with the majority of users expressing familiarity with cybersecurity and a strong interest in engaging educational experiences. Cybersecurity students emphasize the need for content that is not only challenging but also infused with humor. So, in our final design, the feedbacks and positive reviews received confirmed its potential to make a lasting impact and align seamlessly with the insights. It's catered to individual interests in cybersecurity, offering a comprehensive learning experience that emphasizes problem solving, critical thinking, and ethical hacking. The game incorporates real world scenarios, ensuring practical knowledge acquisition. This is something we take into consideration to reevaluate the first proposal. So with features like interactive tutorial, scoring system, and incident response training, SimulSecure is set to redefine the cybersecurity training module by combining educational depth with engaging gameplays and interaction with NPCs. To learn more, and I'm going to pass this over to my teammates for the design.
I will quickly go over what software process model. So the software process models are methodology used to plan, design, implement, test, and maintain software system. They provide a structured framework for managing the entire software development lifecycle. They also have to improve the quality, efficiency, predictability of software development projects by defining activity, tasks, and guidelines. So far we have waterfall model, prototyping, V model, incremental, spiral, unified process, and extreme programming. Model. So for our project, especially in developing a fun game, we are going to with the incremental model. So incremental model software process models are development approaches that break down the software development process into smaller, manageable parts. Instead of delivering the entire system at once, the development team releases portions of the software incrementally. Each increment represents a partial implementation of the complete system is developed separately. So now considering game development, especially for cybersecurity layers, there are several reasons why incremental software process model might appropriate. The first thing is the complexity of game development, and the second thing is user engagement. So moving on to the next slide, we're going to talk about agile development methodology. The agile processes are a group of methodologies emphasizing iterative development, flexibility, and customer collaboration. So agile processes promote adaptability, customer feedback, and continuous improvement. They are suitable for projects that involving requirements. And for Scrum is an agile framework with the short development cycle called sprint. It focuses on collaboration, adaptability, and the delivering the potentially shippable product increment at the end of each sprint. So for phase 2, we have decided for 3 sprints. The first one is general interface. The second one is establish a vibrant and user-friendly in-game market. And the third is develop a single scalable map for the entire game. So moving on to the next slide, we are going to talk about the system context diagram. So the central element in our system context diagram is the main process. This game involves player interaction, including logging in, creating a map, playing, solving the puzzles, saving progress, and accessing to skins tools through an in-game market. The AWS cloud service provider plays a crucial role in storing player accounts and game process progress securely. And the Google Authentication API facilitates easy players log in with Google accounts, enable cross-device plays, foster social connections, and offer additional features like leaderboards, contributing to a secure, enjoyable game experience. So on the development side, the developer and quality assurance specialists are responsible for crafting and refining a game. They handle tasks such as game development, bug fixing, and ensuring high quality standards to deliver polished game experience. The entity relationship diagram includes a player entity that has capability to create a new character and engage with in-game non-player character, which is NPCs. They also can initiate a new game, creating a new map linked to investigate case. Game process can be saved through the menu access, which offer a variety of options. Each map is associated with the unique music, and the items spawned are specific to that particular map. So to save time, let's just look at sprint 1 for the data flow diagram. So, and we'll do the same thing with other diagrams later. So in a simple term, data moves when players register, log in and log out, or creating a new game or character, or the information will get stored neatly in the user accounts or and character record. For use case diagram, user can register with a new account or log into an existing one by connecting with the database, which is AWS Cloud. They also can use feedback feature to potentially communicate with the developer or admin and also connect with other players. For admin side, they manage the feedback and while maintaining in the database and also user interface. And for a sequence diagram, we identify who is what doing what. As we can see, users start by logging in or register on the login page. This info then goes to the user database, allowing access to both the game server and character box for choosing a character. A user can also share feedback with the game server managed by the developer or administrator and get responses in return. And for W5HH, we have discovered why is the system being developed, what will be done, and also the third one is when will it be done, which is complete as mentioned above, as well as who is responsible for which functions, where are they originally located, how will the job be done technically and managerially, and as well as how much each resource is needed. So we are needed for human resources, which is 2 developers, 1 artist, 1 QA tester, and also 1 customer representative and 1 product manager. As well as those devices and hardware that require for this, the project will be listed above. And passes over to Han.
And after the development and implementation phase, testing is the key activity that will be covered in phase 4, both in software development and in software maintenance. It's important as it's not only determine if the system work, it aims to break it and to discover security vulnerability or any user pain points, revealing the presence of defects. This is the main reason why development and testing team are separated. But in our case, we also include various types of software testing, which will have the 2 teams to collaborate together in order to better understand. That will include acceptance testing and also stress testing. And for the other unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and regression testing for developer, and the rest we also will be included. And for the testing plans, we gathered that there will be 3 main testing suites, which is the first ring for the general interface to verify correct display of login screen, ensure functionality of all buttons in the main screen and navigation elements on the in the game and on the main menu. We check for visual glitches, UI inconsistency, and accurate display of error message, and also other functionality, testing the logout or any invalid inputs from the user to discover security defects. For in-game markets, there will be 6 test cases, which includes the functionality of purchasing skin and loot item and ensure correct display and applications of weekly promotions and the likes. We also test for scalability of the map, the functionality of it, and whether the user interacts with the map's element correctly, whether it's immersive enough, and validate the performance on different devices. These are the test procedure in more details. As you can see, we divide it into smaller steps for more refined reports. Interface for in-game market scalability. And as reports covered, we find that all tests passes successfully, and we can move on with the deployment phase. For software deployments, we refer to the process of making a software application available for use and tasks that are performed to prepare, test, and install software in specific environments, user onboarding, making it accessible, and aim to ensure that all functions are working as intended, ready for use in production environments and for user acceptance testing. And also, we choose the education and training people approach to ensure that participants not only acquired skills from SimulSecure, but also engage in the learning process, better memorize the tips and tricks, and focus us on theoretical knowledge and also practice practical skill in the simulations. For software maintenance, by definition, the process of modifying a software system or component after delivery to correct faults, improve performance or other attributes, or adapting to a changing environment. So type of software maintenance we will be incorporating is the corrective and enhancement. And for corrective changes, it fixes defects discovered by end user through internal testing. Preventive changes are made to improve maintainability or prevent problems from occurring in advanced failure. And for enhancement, adaptive changes cope with changes in operating system environment without introducing new functionality, as we will be releasing it on PC first. And for preventive or re-engineering, changing will improve the existing system without affecting end-user functionality, making it easier to extend and add new feature in the future. We put an emphasis more on the perfective maintenance because it allows us to continually improve SimulSecure without disrupting user functionality, keeping it at the forefront of innovations. Additionally, our commitment to adapting the game for different platforms, from mobile to consoles, ensures accessibility for a diverse audience. In summary, our maintenance strategy is dynamic fusion, perpetually refining and expanding SimulSecure to meet the ever-changing landscape of cybersecurity education. And with that, I thank you for joining us on this journey of innovation and improvement.